Once upon a time, there was a man who had 3 sons. The 2 older brothers were clever and sharp, but the youngest was quiet and honest to the point of being simple-minded. Everyone called him Dumbling. He was often teased, ignored, and given the worst of everything in the family. One day, the eldest son went into the forest to chop wood. His mother gave him a delicious sweet cake and a bottle of fine wine to take with him. Deep in the forest, he met a little old man with grey hair and shabby grey clothes.
I am so hungry and thirsty. Please give me a piece of your cake.
The eldest son looked at the old man with a scornful eye.
Hey, old man, I told you to leave this forest and never come back. Go on, get up!
He left the old man behind and went deeper into the woods, but as soon as he swung his axe, it slipped and cut his arm. He had to limp home to bandage his wound. The next day, the second son went into the forest. His mother also packed him a fine cake and good wine. And just like his brother, he chased the old man away cruelly. As a punishment, his axe cut his leg, and he had to crawl home in pain. Finally, Dumbling asked his father to let him go. The father reluctantly agreed, but gave him only a cake made of ashes and a bottle of sour beer. Deep in the forest, the little grey man appeared again. Dumbling looked at him with kind eyes. He smiled gently and held out his poor little bundle.
I only have cinder cake and sour beer. If you don't mind, let's sit and eat together.
They sat down on the grass, but lo and behold, when Dumbling broke the cinder cake, it turned into a sweet pastry smelling of butter and milk. When he lifted the sour beer, it became fine red wine. They ate and drank happily. When the meal was over, the old man looked at the kind boy and spoke.
Since you have a good heart and share what you have, I will grant you good luck.
Cut down that old oak tree over there, and you will find something special at its roots.
Then the old man vanished like smoke. Dumbling obeyed and chopped down the tree. When the massive trunk fell, sitting in the hollow roots was a beautiful goose. It did not have ordinary feathers, but feathers of pure solid gold, shining and lighting up the dark forest. Dumbling took the precious goose and stopped at a roadside inn to rest. The brilliant and strange beauty of the golden goose immediately caught everyone's eye, especially the innkeeper's 3 daughters. Greed lit up in their eyes. Each wanted to steal just a little bit of gold from the magical bird. Late that night, when Dumbling was fast asleep, the eldest sister crept into the room. She planned to pluck just 1 golden feather. But as soon as her finger touched the wing, it stuck fast as if glued by magic. She could not pull it away. The second sister entered, intending to help her sister, but the moment she touched her sister's shoulder, she was stuck tight too. The youngest sister, innocent and unaware, ran in to see what was happening.
Stay back! Don't come near!
The youngest didn't understand. She rushed forward and grabbed the second sister's waist to pull them free. The next morning, Dummling woke up, tucked the goose under his arm, and walked away, not caring a bit about the 3 girls dragging behind him. They had to stumble and run after him, through fields and briars, wailing as they went. Along the way, they met a dignified parson. Seeing 3 disheveled girls running after a young man, he was furious and tried to pull them apart. But as soon as he grabbed the youngest girl's hand, the sexton saw the parson running away and was astounded. Because the christening was about to start, the sexton tried to keep the pastor from leaving. And of course, with the Golden Goose's magic, he was stuck too. Then, 2 farmers working in the fields tried to rescue the sexton, but they suffered the same fate. So a line of 7 people ran like a snake behind Dummling towards the capital. In the kingdom, the king had a daughter who was beautiful, but so sorrowful that she never smiled.
Whoever makes the princess laugh shall marry her.
Just then, Dumling's parade passed under her balcony. Seeing the fat parson being dragged along, the skinny sexton tumbling over, and the 3 muddy girls stuck together. The princess could not hold it in. Her eyes went wide, and then a giggle escaped her lips. The laughter grew louder and louder until she held her belly and laughed until tears streamed down her face. The king was overjoyed. But even though the princess laughed, the king was not happy when he saw his future son-in-law. In his eyes, Dummling was just a poor woodcutter with a silly name. He decided to break his promise by setting impossible tasks. First, the king demanded that Dummling find someone who could eat the entire royal cellar of bread before he could marry the bride. Dummling didn't know what to do. So he went back to the forest where he met the old man. There, he found a man sitting sadly, tightening a belt around his stomach, looking miserable.
I have eaten a whole oven full of rolls, but I am still so empty.
Dummling happily led him to the palace. To the court's amazement, the stranger attacked the bread seller, eating as if he had never eaten before. In just one day, the mountain of bread was gone. Not a crumb was left. But the king was stubborn. He set a second condition, even harder. Find someone to drink all the king's wine, aged for 100 years. Once again, Dummling brought back the man from the forest who was burning with thirst. And in no time, the huge barrels were drained to the bottom. Furious that his plans had failed, the king demanded one last thing, a task he believed no mortal could do. A ship that could sail on land as smoothly as it sails on water. Dummling went back to the old oak tree where it all began. The little grey old man was waiting for him there, smiling kindly.
I have eaten for you and I have drunk for you. Now I give you this ship. All this I do because you were kind to me.
As he spoke, the old man waved his hand. A magnificent ship with full sails appeared from the mist, gliding over the green grass, cutting through the land just as it would the waves, heading straight for the castle. When the magical ship stopped right before the castle gates, the king was stunned into silence. He knew he could no longer fight against destiny and magic. The palace gates opened wide. The wedding was the grandest in the history of the kingdom. The gentle dumbling married the laughing princess. They lived happily ever after. Ruling the kingdom with kindness. The one treasure Dumbling had, more of than anyone else.